Here we are, the 19th of December. Here's our garden. I've just replanted the border plants. So we've got the park up here, and we've got an old avocado tree just here. So I'm looking for some windbreaks along the border. The wind just flies across from the south here, southwest, across the park. So we need things that are going to go about 4 metres, give or take. So here we've got Banksia eriifolia. Banksia blackenfolia. Hakea capistiana. I've just forgotten the name of this Banksia for the moment. Petilaris, I think. And here we've got the woody pear. And we've got a royal Hakea Victoria. And this is where I want the biggest trees to give the maximum protection for the avocado. So just here, there's a Hakea francesiana. And then in the middle there's another Banksia blackenfolia. The other Hakea francesiana. Banksia blackenfolia again. Then we've got here a Eucalyptus pressiana and a second one over there. Looks like I've overwatered this one, so it's dying. That's fine. I'll replace that with the same. Banksia blackenfolia again. And I think this is a Burfordia sclerosa. And the second one is there. There we are, we got a Banksia verticillata. It's taking off really well now. It's only been in for 2 or 3 weeks. Lots of the same Banksias. And then this Banksia, I tried not to water it very much, but it still died. And finally, this place is not going to get much sun, so I'm really just looking for a bird refuge here. So I believe this is Hakea trifurcata. And then I've removed all the ferns from the bottom of the avocado tree. Help it get some water. And then this will all be rebuilt, this area. So the only thing I'm worried about here is this one. Hakea lorena, pincushion Hakea. So this will be shaded in the winter shortly. So we're now just a couple of days short of the longest day of the year, so that shadow down there will just slowly creep back out there. So I've removed the horizontal branches, and just try to let it focus on growing upright for the time being. Now we'll come out the front and we'll have a look out the front garden. So we've got a wind that runs right across the park here. You can see it there, we've got a sea breeze at the moment. So this house was all planned to go. So we're really just focusing on the border and the corners. So I spent a bit of time sourcing these rocks through Gumtree. And I've built all the retaining wall. Got some sand, native soil sand, trucked in. First load was dumped in the middle of the lawn here, and then I had to move it all. And the second load, I got them to dump it right in the end there. It saves a lot of effort. So at the front here, got the Burrendong Beauty Hakea on the bottom left there, and there's 3 of them. So another one there, a lot smaller, and there as well. So the plan is for them just to cascade over the front of the rocks here. It gets a lot of sun. So we've had the trees trimmed here from the park. So there's really no shade now. We've got the Silver Princess here, which was previously crowded out. There was a giant Strelitzia right at the bottom, Callistemon, aloe vera, Geraldton wax, a few other plants as well, so they were just strangling it. And since we removed the other plants a few months ago, it's shooting up everywhere now, so that'll thicken up over time. So we've got a Banksia Ciliandra here from down south, WA. Grevillea just in here. Pretty tiny at the moment, just tube stock. So Grevillea Mount Tambourintha. And this is not the dwarf form, so this is Banksia ericofolia. The main plants that I'm looking for are the Hakeas here. So this is a Hakea multilineata. And then there's 2, one just here and one just there. So Hakea bucculenta. Found this in the bargain bin. So this is a Banksia giant candles, and that was $3. So I've just trimmed off a few of the lower branches there, just to help these ground covers spread out with lots of sun. And I've got some more Hakeas over here. Can't recall the name of this one right now, but it's a WA Hakea. Sort of grow up to 1 metre or 2 from memory. And this Hakea here is hard to see. So pretty small and skinny at the moment, but settled in really well. Got some of the local grasses here. Just planted them and looking for a ground cover, so I've just put a single one there. May end up putting a couple more, but I just wanted to do it by dripper. So each one's got its own little individual dripper there, so 1 dripper per plant. So sandpaper wattle, Acacia denticulosa. New leaves are much softer than the older ones, a little bit soft, but yeah, down here, yeah, definitely like sandpaper down there. I've got a tag buried under there somewhere. Another ground cover, Hakea pedularis. Another Acacia denticulosa. So I want 2 of those Acacias just there, just to grow up, and they'll punch up through this. one dong here which died. Even had a little bit of clover for the time being as a host, but small. And then over to the front garden here. So Beaufortia squarosa, I believe. So there's 5 of those. They were 50 cents or $1 each. And they're already 40 centimetres, 50 centimetres high. Some of these smaller ones. A little bit of focus would be good. Egg and bacon plants. And $1 Hakea Lorena. It's almost a metre high now. Little acacia. That was probably the dearest, probably $15. Then got this Hakea Lorena, it's been in a pot for a while. So that was $10. And you can see here, it was a bit mistreated. The pH was way up for the soil in the pot, but if we have a look at some of these older leaves, there's not a lot of colour in those. Then you go to the new growth and you can see the difference. So bright green there and duller green on the older. So it's bouncing back. It's only been in there for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You've got some kangaroo paws at the back. So there's 4 of them down the back. So I believe this is a lemon scented myrtle. Just here. Templatonia retusa, cookie's tongue. Tiny little one here which will grow up apparently, but name tag not there right now. And I've gone for a non-local plant here, just I've never grown these before. So Protea Kazai. And then another Grevillea over here. So I think this is a Shirley Howe, I think they call it. Then another Hakea Trifficata. So nice and prickly, trying to grow some plants the little birds can nest in. Little ground cover here, just put that in a week ago. And some more kangaroo paws. I've trimmed the one down the back there. It's already starting to pop up again. So try not to overwater them for the moment. So Verticordia plumosa, I believe. A couple of those, 3 of those. Another lemon scented myrtle. Local plant. And I've overwatered this one, I believe, so I've made sure I've slowed the water right down. Leschenoltia formosa. And I got I believe an erect form of the Acacia redolens from, it was just in a pot, $10. So I thought I'd just throw it in, see what happens. I think eventually I'll pull that out. Put a little eucalyptus tetraptera just here. So I'll let that grow up. And maybe replace the wattle. Banksia. And then I've got 2 Eucalyptus macrocarpa. So we've got the one here from tube stock, and then over here this was from a sort of a larger 20 centimetre pot. So it got a bit affected by whatever. And it's been reshooting, but then they still didn't look after it right, so it's just starting to reshoot again now since I've planted it a few weeks ago, a month ago. So I had 2 of those on the right there, but I was able to get a single tube stock, so I'll be able to compare the growth rate of one that's been in a pot for a bit longer compared to one straight from tube stock. Then we've got a Royal Hakea in the middle there, Hakea Victoria, and I can't recall this little one here. And then here there's a Hakea orthorhyncha. That'll end up becoming quite a big plant if it stays there.